Okay. Thank you very much. I have the book out, but I felt like I didn't need it today. My essential oil deck, you saw, told me to divide the deck into 5. And then there was a little bit at the top. It was just a little deck. And I was like, okay, well, let's shuffle that one first. Had 5 cards in it. So I was like, the universe told me those are the 5 cards. So I didn't have to shuffle. So there's a lot of stuff here. And I haven't gone through this whole deck as far as knowing what's on every card. But I feel like the tension that's in my body, the things that I've been going through definitely aligns with all of these cards. And something that was on my mind this morning was that the Lionsgate portal is coming up on August 8th, but in the days leading up to and a few days after that portal, it's not just open and shut, it's open, all the way open, and then shut. So there's some of that energy creeping in. And something that was on my mind to say to you today was, the Lionsgate portal is a portal of abundance, a portal of rebirth. And if you're not intentional with what you're trying to create, you can create the wrong type of rebirth. You can create the wrong type of abundance. And what I mean by that is, you go into this, that, unaware, right? If you're one of those players, non participating players or whatever, NPCs, right? That you just going through life and you don't believe in any of this stuff. You're just doing what you got to do day to day to get through. You're going to keep recreating the same life over and over again every single day, right? There's going to be a rebirth, right? Every time you fall asleep and you wake up, that is a time for reset, renewal, rebirth, not just on the portal. And you keep waking up like Groundhog's Day. It's the same thing every day. It's the same thing every day unless you decide to change. Same thing like with the Truman Show, if you guys remember that movie. It was the same thing every day, the same thing every day. And so much so that he was able to predict exactly what was going to happen, right? Until he tried something different. And then he broke through um, and recreated his life in the way that he wanted to. Anyways, um, so you can recreate the same thing over and over again, or you can create something new. And the same thing with abundance. You are always abundant, but you might be abundant in misery. You might be abundant in ailments. You might be abundant in misfortune. Um, and so you can create whatever it is that you want to create if you are in the right mind space and intentional about it. And so the universe can only give you what you are expecting to receive. The universe can only match your energy. And so if you walk through life as an NPC, you're going to get NPC energy. Like you're just going to keep getting the same thing over and over again. Um, but if you want to intentionally create something new, something better, um, more magic. We talked about magic yesterday. Um, then you have to be intentional about that. It's not going to just happen. The universe isn't going to just be like, you know what, let's do this. Um, I can almost guarantee that anything that you have honestly said to the universe, I want this, you've gotten it. It may not be in the way that you thought that it should occur, but you've gotten it. Prime example for me, something that I always wanted when I was a little kid, I wanted a horse. I wanted a paint. I wanted a draft. I wanted a pony. I wanted and really I've gotten every single one of those things in my adult life, and not consciously, just they were drawn to me. I mean, when I got Ladybug, she was my first horse. My husband that very day said, I think we're ready for a horse now. And I went on Facebook and she was like the first horse that I saw. And then I saw that she had two different color eyes. And I was like, this horse is mine. This girl's mine. And she's turned out to be this huge blessing. When I got the Belgians and the other black and white horse, the quarter horse, um, I was just kind of browsing online and these guys were at the auction, and my daughter the day before had said that she would like a black horse, and there was a black one and then there was the Belgians, and my husband needs a big horse because he's a big guy. And so I wasn't thinking about the fact that it was a childhood dream of mine, watching those Budweiser Clydesdales when I was a little kid. I was like, oh my God, I want a draft. um, and now I have two. So, anyways, things don't always happen in the way that you think that they should happen or in the timing that you think that they should happen, but guaranteed that everything that you have thought really and truly was going to happen to you has happened to you. And so you are a very powerful creator, whether you want to acknowledge that or not. So now let's talk about these cards real fast, as fast as the universe allows. um, let's see, which one was the first one I saw? It was this one. Release. I have nothing left is the trigger statement. There's a lot of tension. It's saying there's tension. The true statement is I nurture myself. Dear one, it is time to settle. Create a sacred space where you can be. In that place of rest, and healing will unfold. So now's the time for you to have a space that is all your own, whether that is 10 minutes in the vehicle, whether that is someplace that you feel safe and you feel like you can have peace, right? Even if it's just right before drifting off to sleep, if you have a space that you can dedicate to your healing and your growth, go there. Even if it's 2 minutes, go there. Even if the only place that you can create right now is in your mind by closing your eyes and focusing on your breath, do that, because that's where the healing is. You have to spend time with yourself. You have to get comfortable being by yourself. And it's something that a lot of us struggle with. And so, um, take the time to create that space. If you really are ready for healing, there's a lot of you that say that you're ready for healing, but you're not. And I do understand that healing isn't linear. So there's going to be some ebb and flow. There's going to be some back and forth. There's going to be some progress and some regression. That's the way it works. So if you think that you're not progressing, well, you're keeping yourself back, remember, because the universe only gives you what you give it, put into it, what you believe. But you can go much further forward if you just take that time to be in that space by yourself. You're not going to heal with other people. It's just like, most people when they pass away, they, unless it's an assisted death, they don't pass away in front of other people. A lot of, if you talk to anybody that works in hospice or whatever, a lot of the times people pass when no one's in the room. It's very rare that you'll see somebody's last breath. So you have to have that time alone in order to have the real magic happen. You have to. And even if it's only 30 seconds, you have to start somewhere. A habit is not something that just appears. It's something that you create, and um you baby, you manifest it, you nurture it, right? And so you have to have that time. So you got to start somewhere. The next one was, I can't get anything right. The true statement is, I am in divine time. Harness your loving energy and watch as one miracle unfolds after another. When you find that space, when you're in that private space, you're going to start to notice in the rest of your day that you're going to create and experience more miracles, more abundance, more um, peace and safety. You're going to, because now you're paying attention to yourself. A lot of the times we are focused so much outwardly. Oh, this person did this. Oh, this person did that. This is happening over here. This is a world event over here. But you're not focusing on yourself. And so, how do you manifest your best life if you're always focused outwardly? It's not going to happen. You're not going to get what you want. You're not going to get the things that you desire because you're never focused on yourself. If you don't have the time to invest in yourself, why in the galaxy, universe, multiverse would the universe do that for you? Why? Why should it? It shouldn't. The next one is, the past haunts me. Yeah, the past will haunt you as long as you let it haunt you. You can let it be a lesson instead. You can let it be a memory instead. Yeah, sure, it's something that happened. Yeah, sure, it's not something I'm proud of. Yeah, sure, they should have treated me better. Yeah, sure, all of these things. Um, But instead, you could go the next step and say, how can I make sure that I don't do that to someone else? How can I make sure that this doesn't happen again? How do I make sure? And that doesn't mean being guarded, which is the next card. That means paying attention to what's going on around you and making loving changes first towards yourself. Because again, if you focus on yourself and you focus how you talk to yourself, and you focus on what it is that you need to achieve, then the things around you are going to automatically shift. People are going to notice that you're speaking to them differently in a loving way. They're going to notice that you're treating yourself with more respect. They're going to notice all of these things, right? So the true statement is, in this moment, I am free. Let yourself be the one to heal the wounds passed down from your ancestors. The release and growth begins with you. So you're having all of this turmoil and stuff, and maybe you've been letting this consume you. And this card is saying you don't have to let it consume you. This card is saying you can stop that. You can put the boundary up. You can say, this stops with me, and you can stop it from going forward. And sure, some of you already have children, and it may be too late. Some of the damage is emotional damage or whatever damage is already done. But that doesn't mean if you don't change yourself now that there's not an opportunity to heal those relationships and the time that they um, they have left with you. You can absolutely still change that by changing and spending time with yourself and loving yourself. So again, the next one is, I am guarded. And yeah, we're all guarded in some way. There's some things that we hold dear. There's some things that we don't want to let go of. There's some things that we feel like are not, um, we're not capable of letting go because it helps identify who we are. Um, but again, it's something that now's the time that you can create a rebirth for yourself. You can put all that stuff down. And if you're not ready to put it down yet, but you know that you should put it down, remember that in this moment you are free and you are in divine time. And so maybe your time right now is not to drop something off the cuff, but to watch it, to observe how you interact with whatever that thing is, that memory, that drink, that um, substance, that shopping, that whatever that is, right? Maybe now's the time for you to observe your behaviors around that. What makes you more likely to grab on tighter to that? What are the habits that make you, what are the triggers that make you more drawn to that thing? Um, because then when you figure out that why you're drawn to it, or why it's bothering you, or why this person is not letting go of you, then you can finally let go of that forever, because now you understand why. So you can change the events surrounding that. The last card is there is not enough. Um, the true statement is I attract abundance. The abundance card is here. Feel the joy you would have once you reached your goals here and now. You'll achieve your dreams the fastest that way. And again, it goes back to really spending that time with yourself. What do you want? What do you need? How can you best feel fulfilled within yourself? Do not consider any outside parties, because you cannot change anything that they are doing. You cannot control, not truly control anything that they are doing. Even if you think you're controlling them, you're not. You're not, you're not, you're not. You are absolutely only in charge of yourself. And think about how it is that you want that to play out. This certain relationship that you're in that maybe is tenuous, um, has a lot of stress with it. Um, really pay attention to how you behave in that relationship. And then that's when the real change will come. The real change will start to happen, because you'll be like, ooh, I don't like this person that I'm being right now. Won't do that again. And then that behavior starts to go away. You'll catch it in the act next time and apologize for it right away, either to yourself or to the other person, or both. And then you'll eventually fade that behavior out. And that includes being a people pleaser, not having boundaries, those sorts of things. Those walls will start to firm up in a positive way, in a living way, in a healthy way. So 5 card spread today, no book, but I think that all of this stuff that has come through is absolutely what we needed to hear today. And yeah, go forth and rebirth whatever abundance it is that you're trying to draw in today. I love you, my dearest confidant. Until next time.